Hi. Maybe that's better. Uh, it's day 14 of a challenge I've set for myself to record myself, uh, talk about some stuff, and post it. Today, I want to talk about um, this idea that do you have to be miserable to make art? Is art better when you're miserable? And I don't think so. No, I don't think you have to be miserable to make art. I think people who do make art tend to be miserable because you have to be pretty crazy to step out of a society which doesn't necessarily encourage you to be making a lot of art and then take the time out of your day to make something. I think what being miserable does is it provides a very strong emotional drive to communicate sometimes. But that's the thing too. Like misery, I deal a lot with anxiety. Anxiety 100% destroys my desire, my own willingness and capacity to engage in the creative process. To be creative, I think what it ultimately needs is something deeply meaningful and emotionally charged. I think that's what makes good art. I think that's why a lot of art is about love. I think there's other reasons too, but I don't want to get into that now. And you need a clear channel, so to speak. You know, you want to step out of the normal conventions of civil society and step into a place where that emotion, whatever that truth is, can communicate on its own terms. And I think people can feel that. It resonates when you listen to something that's real. And yeah, I just think that typically misery means something has gone awfully wrong, and typically the urge, the natural human urge when something has gone awfully wrong is to communicate it. Although, even in communicating that misery, there has to be a tremendous amount of courage and clarity and openness to that misery. Anxiety or avoidance or anything of that type would make it very hard to make, I think, make any good art. And that's something that I'm still navigating with someone who has a lot of anxiety and fears to get into the place not only to show up and show up in the room and with the instruments or with the pen in hand to make something, but then also surrender myself to the part of me that has something to say, which takes a lot of courage. So that's it for today.